Well, you often hear people compare the West, America, Europe, to Rome. Clearly, Western civilization is in decline. And at the same time, you hear another set of people tell you that masculinity is the problem, toxic masculinity. And young people hear both of these things, and a lot of them become consumed by despair. Men are not irredeemable. Men can be stronger, but you got to fix one thing before that happens, and that's fatherhood.
Tucker Carlson just dropped a bombshell linking America's civilizational decline to the systematic destruction of masculinity and fatherhood. This isn't just culture war rhetoric. He's connecting real data about male educational failure, workforce collapse, and family breakdown to predict societal collapse. Let's examine why his argument matters.
No society without fathers can continue. And that's why we made a new documentary on the topic. It's called Fathers Wanted. What the country needs isn't less masculinity, it's more. Steady, responsible, self-sacrificing male leadership. In a word, fatherhood. Strong fathers build strong families, and strong families build strong nations, which amount to a strong civilization.
The data backs this up completely. Children from fatherless homes are 20 times more likely to end up in prison, 5 times more likely to live in poverty, and twice as likely to drop out of school. Japan's birth rate collapse correlates directly with declining male workforce participation. Strong fathers literally build civilizations.
I've seen it many, many times where a father loses his job, he feels like a loser, and then he starts behaving like a loser. And then his wife and children are unimpressed. And so he becomes even less impressive and just like cycles out of life, either literally or just falls apart with booze or other assorted self-destructive activities.
Well, I think we're seeing more and more of that today.
I've seen it.
At an embarrassing level, actually. But the point of a system is what it produces, not what it says it produces. And our system today is attacking men. I work all the time in DC. All we do is pass laws and get people elected to help protect the family. That's what we do. And
male workforce participation has dropped from 87% in 1950 to 68% today. Suicides among unemployed men are 3 times higher than employed men. The psychology is brutal. When men can't provide, they lose their core identity. This isn't toxic masculinity, it's basic human nature being systematically dismantled.
Women were discriminated, girls are discriminated against in schools. Well, of course, women dominate schools completely from top to bottom. They graduate at a far higher rate at every level than boys do. They used to say, well, women are paid a percentage of the male wage. Well, women make more than men now, nationally adjusted, as you know. And so the data are in, this is not an argument we have to have. Boys are falling behind, not girls. And I just am amazed that people in DC won't admit that.
Women now earn 60% of college degrees, 53% of doctoral degrees, and under 30 women out-earn men in 147 of 150 major cities. Yet Title IX funding still flows to women's programs exclusively. The establishment refuses to acknowledge boys are the ones falling behind because it destroys their foundational narrative.
Women are more empathetic, of course, or we think of them that way, but societies in which there are very few fathers, matriarchal societies are far less empathetic than patriarchal societies. Yes. And you know that because there are massively high crime rates in all societies run by women. And those are way less empathetic societies.
Single mother households correlate with 85% of violent crime rates. The Moynihan Report warned about this in 1965. Black fatherlessness was 24%. Now it's 77%. Meanwhile, intact 2-parent Asian families have the lowest crime rates. Patriarchal family structures create social stability, not oppression.
I don't think there's a woman alive who actually believes that.
Well, a lot of people, there's a lot of lies in our society, and people
well, the
will
lies
say
we tell
the lies.
ourselves are the most powerful,
right,
aren't they?
Right. And women today, I think they all know deep down, they really would do better with a husband. They really would be happier with a kid. Right? I think biologically,
obviously,
with a husband that could provide. Why do you want to go help Jeff Bezos make more money? Why do you want to go help Bill Gates make more money? Why do you want to help all these super wealthy white billionaires make more money?
So you can be, quote, independent as you become totally dependent on a company that has no regard for you at all as a person.
Corporate employment offers zero loyalty, average job tenure is 4.1 years, and 40% of Fortune 500 companies from 2000 no longer exist. Family bonds last forever. Women trading marriage for corporate careers are exchanging permanent security for temporary paychecks from entities that view them as disposable.
In an assisted living community where there's some, foreign-born nurse who doesn't know my name, that's the end. That is the end, actually, for a lot of people. And we should tell them that at the start. Like, how do you want this to end? That's a totally fair question, whether you're talking about war or your own life.
Over 1.4 million Americans live in nursing homes, with 70% rarely receiving family visits. Traditional societies care for elders within extended families. We warehouse them with strangers. This is the logical endpoint of prioritizing career independence over family bonds and generational continuity.
It's true despair, because a man needs work for meaning in his life. He protects and provides. That's where his sense of himself comes. That's his duty. And if he doesn't achieve it, he hates himself. So like a world without work is hell.
Deaths of despair, suicide, drug overdoses, alcohol killed 158,000 American men in 2023. Male suicide rates are 3.5 times higher than women's. Universal basic income doesn't solve this because men derive identity from productive work and provision, not passive consumption. Purpose matters more than comfort.
I mean, the lies that we're telling ourselves currently, men and women are exactly the same. They occupy no unique role in the universe. They just can sort of choose it. Working for, Microsoft is more meaningful than having 5 children. Like, these are such obvious lies that don't they have to just crumble at some point?
Birth rates in every developed nation are below replacement level. South Korea hit 0.72, Italy 1.24, US 1.66. Career-focused women report higher depression rates than mothers. Generation Z is already questioning the lie that corporate achievement beats family formation. Biology doesn't negotiate with ideology.
I'm not going to name them boomers, but I think that generation, and the last year, it was 1964, the year after the Kennedy assassination. They're on their way out. The youngest are 62. The oldest are 80. So once that generation, which has completely destroyed America, not all of them, but most.
Mm-hmm.
Boomers destroyed traditional family formation through no-fault divorce, sexual revolution, and careerism worship. But Gen Z marriage rates are actually rising. Traditional gender roles are gaining popularity among young people, and fertility intentions are increasing. The generational tide is turning.
Who wouldn't want to sit at the head of a big table and be the patriarch? I don't understand that. That seems like the most basic desire of the male heart. I thought that's what men did want.
Well,
I've always wanted that my whole life.
I think
dogs running around, little conversations going on at the end of the table. It's the best, dude. It's the best. I mean, what else is there?
Yes.
No amount of room service or Carnival cruises or weekends in St. Bart's could approach the deep joy and satisfaction of sitting at the head of a table of your descendants. It's like the greatest thing that's ever been.
Harvard's Grant study, tracking subjects for 80 years, found family relationships predict life satisfaction better than career success or wealth. Men with strong family bonds live longer, report higher happiness, and experience less depression. The patriarch role provides evolutionary purpose no amount of materialism can replace.
Why wouldn't you want to sit at a table with your descendants?
Throughout human history, family formation was the default. Now it requires conscious choice against cultural programming. This represents civilizational suicide, but awareness is growing. Young people are rejecting the lies, embracing traditional roles, and rediscovering that building families beats building careers. The correction has begun.